think, some of those tools are very clever at also establishing those patterns and realizing, okay, this doesn't, sometimes they'll get it wrong though, right? Like you said, at Instagram, that's willy-nilly. They'll just market whatever they can, even if you aren't technically the target audience.
I think that's with AI, what they're calling personalization is really just manipulation bias.
Yeah.
So,
really?
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just a euphemism. Like, we're personalizing this. No, it's a manipulation bias because you're giving me things you think I want or that are going to irritate me. Because both I'm going to respond to, and that's all they want is the reaction, just to keep you going. So even Instagram will now say, look what your followers like, and post more like this. They don't actually want you to win at social. They want you to keep playing. So nothing that they're telling you is to make you be successful, but it's to make you not stop, because that's their metric, don't stop. So I would say, unless there is another body which is giving you the truthful information, you can't trust the platform. That's primary goal, is to keep playing. It's like gambling. You're going to win, you're going to win, you're going to win. It's just, they want to keep feeding the monster, to go back to horror. That is the monster. You can't stop. So winning at social is often losing at your life, because you're doing all these things to win. To win what? To win a game that you can never stop playing.
Yeah.
I would rather think of it as, what can I learn from all the humans that are on here and take these takeaways into real life? Because that's going to be more interesting than just to keep going in the swill. The same thing with the manipulation bias. If you're looking at comments on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, whatever, it's showing you and me different topics, different comments. If you go to your explore page and look at what's trending, it's different for each person. Even so much so, if you Google something, there was a woman on LinkedIn who posted and said,
I recently saw this on LinkedIn. No, I don't, that you get a different result depending, or... was that your post, actually?
Probably mine, because she posted, like, when you Google me, all you get is my husband. I'm like, I don't get that. I get something else, because it's showing you that. Don't assume we don't all see the same things online. How are you checking these assumptions? With what tool? How do you want to know the truth, or do you want to know what you are being shown? What you're being shown is not the truth. Not to be a conspiracy theorist, I'm not. But like, some things are just obvious.
Fine.
It's just,
we welcome it.
Yeah, you have to ask, like, what's the goal of the platform versus what's my goal? They're often incongruent.
Oh my gosh, so many things. Because I remember there's so many like stand-up comedians who also crack jokes about, you're always being listened to, and they'll market you no matter what, and it just trips me out. But I guess, as a person who works in social media and like has now to do more video first things, it can be really difficult to separate yourself from that platform. Do you have any kind of advice on people who work for marketing within the social media space to be like, it's not that serious, because it can be.
I mean, it's definitely not that serious.
It's just you spiral, because you get obsessed with like certain metrics that, like you said, they don't really matter, but you're just like, well, why didn't this get used? Why is nobody liking it? It's so annoying. Like, social media really, really annoys me. I can't say I'm a fan.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a
fan.
But
I'm always on it.
Yeah, me too. It's addictive, so it's not your fault. I think it's important just to realize that our true value as a human is not how productive we are. And the more we are like a machine does not mean that we have more intrinsic value, worth, or are doing something right. Or like, it's just, again, like questioning then your own assumptions of, why do I feel like I need to win at this specific thing? Maybe it's not me that's the problem. Maybe the system is broken. Maybe I can't win at this because I shouldn't be playing. Not because I'm not good enough, but because there's something else I should be doing. And what I found in life, this is potentially a little bit philosophical, but if I'm not winning at something, it's because I'm meant to be doing something else. And you can't win in a world, you can't win in a game or a world that wasn't built for you. So maybe you can't win at that because there's something else. And when you find something that is right for you, it usually flows quite easily. So in terms of being a human and being multifaceted and having all your different interests, explore all the different parts of yourself, all those different subcultures and communities, and find the one where it just flows. Social media is not built like in a way to make everyone the winner, with the most followers. But maybe it's because you shouldn't even be on it then.
Success just looks different.
Like shut the phone down, or or find something within your brand that you've gleaned from social, harvest that data and go, we're going to do it like this. We're going to pioneer this new thing and try it out.
Also set pride aside, right? Like if it doesn't work for you, it doesn't mean that maybe there's a flaw in your strategy or anything. It's just maybe it doesn't lend itself for your particular, like a particular outcome. And just set it aside, like you said. And
100%. I've been doing this for 20 years, and like I've created so many accounts and worked on so many campaigns and built so many communities, and like it just isn't working like it used to.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I don't know like what's going on. It's that it changes and it shifts, and it's like, okay, I've got to look ahead and go, well, what's next? And what do I want to create next? What's like, do I really want to play in Zuckerberg's world the whole time?
Christ, no.
Or do I want something else? I want something more human, something more real. As this one's dying out, what's next? So as a marketer or someone in advertising, to look toward the future of what you want to create, still keep this going. We know how to do that. Like we've spoken a lot about the ways to optimize what exists, but also to keep your eye on the future of what world do you really want to create for yourself and for your community.
That's awesome. The future, anyways, is like, not to be philosophical with it, but it doesn't exist. So how do you actually bring that predictive element to strategies? What has worked for you? Because you've been doing this for years, and I'd be keen to hear.
So I'll answer this in two parts. So the first part, we discussed this a bit on the phone, is that it's really great for social media to be responsive to what's going on, so to keep it in the present and not to be looking too far ahead, like, oh, I can see that this is going to be a trend in 3 years. Yeah. Because what does that mean for what you should post today? Nothing.
Also,
for
very
your strategy.
unlikely. I mean, maybe the data backs it and it will be a thing.
Maybe, but that's not where we live. We only live now, so let's just worry about today's post.
Yeah.
And that's something that I myself used to get caught up in because, for example, I was doing UCG in like 2017 of like, oh, but that wasn't a thing, so no one knew what I was doing.
Was that freaky to people, just seeing user-generated stuff?
Yeah, they were like, oh, Lauren and her like content creator friends, or they didn't know what I was trying to do at all. But
your troop, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly, my little troop. I like that word, troop. But yeah, it didn't matter that I was doing it then because it only came into play like 5 years later. And by then I'd already moved on. So what that I was ahead of my time? Being ahead of your time is, no one wants to be that, because you can just die penniless like all the artists, and suddenly, you want to be on time, like you want to be on trend or on where it's at.
When did it pick up UGC?
I think, I don't even know, when 2016, maybe 2017,
Yeah.
but then it was coming in more. No, that was, I'm not even sure. I don't know. But I know when I was doing it, no one knew what it was called, even though we were calling it that, but it hadn't taken off yet.
That's crazy.
But so you don't want to look too ahead of it, but what you do want to do as a person who's creative is you want to have your own philosophy that's driving you forward. So it's that same thing of, if you're testing a hypothesis, you can look for data to support it. So I have my own ideas about what I think the future is. And I also look for data to support that, just like it made me very happy when I saw that Coca-Cola was going multicultural, very colorful. It's full spectrum living. It's tapping into different things. It's not just one thing. Humans are not just one thing. So I look for the data that supports that. My personal take on the future is that the future is clown.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that, for people who don't know the term clown and have the horror Stephen King version or the Americanized birthday party thing. Yeah, like a clown is a humble hero. A clown is an emotional body that doesn't know about society's norms and expectations, is new to everything. Everything is curious. And they're very funny because they don't know. So they take on impossible tasks that are way too big for them, and they fail, and then they try again. And so when you watch a clown fall over and try again, or make a mistake, or it's very funny watching a clown break his own heart again and again and again, and just keep going, and wanting to make you laugh, and wanting to love the audience. And that is a delightful emblem of society, of humanity. So children are natural clowns. If you watch a little child doing a trick or saying, look what I'm doing, and being so proud of themselves.
Yeah.
Or watching a dog, the way it trots along, a dog is a little clown. This is a beautiful part of humanity. So to look at that, it's like, where are we moving toward? I think with the churn of AI and the speed of everything, I hope that this wheel just spins off into cyberspace and takes the billionaires to the moon and stays there.
Stay there in the cosmos.
And we can just reclaim humanity and humanness, real emotion, real connection, vulnerability, putting your heart out there and letting people see when what you wanted and what you desired breaks in front of your very eyes. And then sharing that with people and trying again. So no bravado, no pretense, no filter, just real, and not real in that annoying online way of vulnerability,
Yeah,
of
authenticity
of, like, if you've seen those things like, I proposed to my girlfriend, what it taught me about B2B SaaS, or I had my heart broken, now I'm a coach on how to get over heartbreak. It's like, we're all just humans.
Don't monetize your emotions like that.
Yeah, we're humans. So a clown is a beautiful symbol of that hope for humanity. And I see us moving toward that because there is a return to innocence and community and levity and
sheer
laughter.
goofiness,
absurdism. The people that are really excelling on TikTok are doing really stupid stuff.
I love it so much.
It's in the most beautiful way, in the most beautiful human way.
Is the term brain rot or brain rot?
Brain rot. Brain rot's great also, yeah. But just, it's hysterical humor. Some of it's very cringy on purpose.
Yeah.
And if you look at the world's biggest TikTok star, so TikTok being our biggest, fastest moving social media platform, Kabi Lame is our biggest TikTok star, 161 million followers.
I need to check their content.
Brilliant. Yeah, he's an ex-factory worker, Senegalese, in Italy. And what he's doing is mime. Everything's in silence. And his whole, vibe is he shows something absurd and complicated and very intricate. And then he deconstructs that person's video by doing his version of it.
That's so cool.
And just going, he does his face, it's simple.
The classic pout, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, really? You're doing, the car's doing all of this just to get over that lump, you could just pick up the lump. He just simplifies everything and makes us laugh at our absurdist approach to overcomplicating the most simple things.
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple. And that's
what you said about being basic creatures. Just keep it digestible and accessible, which I think is important.
Equal. Kabi's not trying to teach anyone anything. He's not trying to show you how it's done. He's trying to just reveal the human experience and laugh with us at our own, I call it adorability. We're how adorable we are at just thinking we're gonna get it right and we must do all these things, and we're marching along making our lives so much more complicated than they need to be. We really are clowning ourselves. It's not, what we think is important is just not. So I'm hoping that brands and humans just embrace more of just that gentleness and silliness and playfulness. And while we're actually here on this earth to experience all of that pleasure, instead of tying ourselves into knots, trying to hit off metrics and demographics and boxes and jump on a trend.
Because even that's not lasting.
No.
You're never going to get it right.
No, you're not going to get it right. So but what can you get? You can get the experience and you can share what brings you pleasure and playfulness and joy.
And online language, you honor yourself, which is so important. But Lauren, thank you so much. I hope you feel good about it, that you expressed everything you needed to, and it's been awesome to get to talk to you and meet you finally in person.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. It's been great.
Of course, always.
Thanks for sticking with us till the end. So, what did you think? If you found this video useful, why not give us a like? Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more content like this. See you next time.